Butts.
Fully on stream, like maybe the most on stream one of those has ever been. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Delve Requisite, sponsored by Butts. God, can you imagine the viewership? We've been doing it wrong for years. Welcome to Delve Requisite. Now with 90% more butts. We've unlocked. We've unlocked the Twitch secret. This week brought to you not by Butts. Well, I mean, in a sense. This week brought to you by our ever faithful sponsors, and brought to you by Proficiency Bonuses Birthday Week. Oh, air horn noise. So it is birthday week, so I got a couple of quick little extra jams before we begin the stream proper tonight. So we have a whole bunch of stuff to do. The first of which I'm going to do right now and hope that it works. Hang on. I know how to use a keyboard. Who said I didn't? This week brought to you by my dogs.
Who says you don't know how to use a keyboard?
Oh, stream just went down.
Oh no. Did it go down?
Shouldn't have.
Kidding.
It's on.
I can never tell with.
God damn it, Jason!
It's like 50% Jason's good
As we
with
all start
good with sarcasm.
There it is. All right.
As I'm not watching the
Everybody,
down.
everybody, including Jason, shut up a second. Because I got stuff.
What?
You and my dogs. Everyone, shut up. The giveaway is now open. That's right. I said giveaway. It's Proficiency Bonuses Birthday Week, which means we have stuff to give to you. Birthday Week is sponsored by us, I guess, at Proficiency Bonus. It's also sponsored by Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp. So tonight, I have 3 giveaways to do. The first giveaway is a set of dice from Cardboard Castle Games. You can't call dibs on the things that we're giving.
It's our birthday, so we give it to you.
It's Hobbit rules. We give it to the
Yeah,
people who come to our
just
party.
straight up.
How big are these dice?
Yeah, right.
There are no dice for me to show. They're just the fact that I realized when I talked about dice that I don't have my own dice, so I had to find which set of dice that I had, and I had one, so it's fine. Yes, they are 112-pound dice. Each one is 112 pounds.
The shipping will bankrupt us.
That's right.
If you think the dice will kill you, wait for the shipping.
Yep. Anyway, that is the first thing. We have a set of dice donated to us by Cardboard Castle Games. Thank you to Cardboard Castle Games, as always, for sponsoring Proficiency Bonus. Cardboard Castle Games, who I just found out, sells individual trading cards. Which I used, I made use of to buy a original base set Pokemon card of Charizard, which is one of the ones I needed to complete my my rebuild of my original base set. Anyway, irrelevant. They're giving away dice, and you can win them. The second thing that we have to give away is a dice bag, a hand-knitted dice bag created by our very own Brittany. Again, she has. You can if you want to show that off, you can. They come in multiple sizes. You have a choice of small, medium, or grande.
Grande.
That's
a good bag.
A lot of dice.
The good bags.
Those hand knitted dice are made by Brittany. We all have one. Everybody's showing theirs off now. Mine's in the other room.
This is an amazing bag, and I was actually gushing over it when we all met up the other day, because it's so easy to wrap up, and the string is perfect for it, just so nothing literally falls out. I love it.
It's the easiest.
Don't have mine handy.
Spoiler alert, the group of us played in person over the last 2 weeks. Everybody came to my house. And so all of my crap is in my real world game room and not in front of me, so tonight's going to be a hot mess. So that is the second thing we have to give away, is a dice bag made by Brittany. Your choice of the small, medium, or large. We'll show them off again at some point during the stream so everybody can get a look at them. The third thing that we have to give away is a Probo 5-year anniversary t-shirt. Sizes
Oh,
ranging
hell
between
yeah.
small and extra large. A couple of people on stream here are showing off their Provo t-shirts.
Look at him. Look at him.
Brittany has one. Jason has one on.
Jason
there's more.
Yeah,
on
whatever.
the back of both of their t-shirts is this. I have, you can see mine is, I bootleg made my own because I wanted to have one where the logo was on the front so that I could show it off on stream. So the back of their t-shirt has the logo that is on the front of mine. We have one of those to give away, and that is going to be part of the giveaway tonight. So set of dice bag, or proficiency bonus t-shirt. If at any point tonight you want to take part in the giveaway, I have opened it up. What you need to do is you need to type !giveaway space. Nope, that's not what you have to do. You just have to type. Too much. I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. You have to just type the word delve into chat.
There you go.
Keyword is delve. I have like a 9-page list of things that Michael sent me. You type the word terrible, Jason. Type the word type delve !delve into chat, or maybe just delve. Figure it out. Figure it out, kids.
Either way, just write the word delve. We'll see it.
Write delve on a piece of paper.
Hold
mail
it up
to Santa. I don't know.
Take a photo of it with today's newspaper.
Wish really hard. How does technology work? At some point, somebody in chat will explain this properly, and then I'll be able to relay it to people, as I am.
It's fine.
Pretty much just a garbage trash host of a show.
A trost, if you will.
But that is the drawing we're gonna do. We'll do several of those throughout the show tonight. We'll do them at like set points of like semi-early, midway, and like towards the end. I also, in the past, we have instituted the Nat 20 prize giveaway rule, where if like I call for a roll from a player and they roll a Nat 20, we just like give something away.
Yeah.
So hopefully don't. You guys, I'm going to rely on you not to roll too many Nat 20s, or we are going to have to start giving away like the nearest things in my office from where I'm sitting right now.
Hey, I got stuff to give.
Anybody want a Gumby? I got one of those.
No.
I can't show my Gumby right now, but it is there.
Those Gumbies. Those are private Gumbies.
Word private. The phrase private Gumbies is the worst.
Maybe we can.
That's the worst.
Nobody wants that. Cancel.
I want it.
Everybody wants this. Everybody wants this.
Put that away.
I saw it immediately.
It is just the word delve. No exclamation
just
required.
the word delve. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
How do you spell that?
DELX1214. Then you have to roll your face across the keyboard. You have to draw a picture of a cat, upload it as a PDF, send it to Steven YouTube at steveyoutube.com. He will mail in your entry for you.
Now I'm gonna.
And it's also in the title.
Now I'm going to look up steveyoutube.com.
Just
steveyoutube.com. So that is the giveaway. We have those things to give away, so thank you to the sponsors who donated those things. Thank you to the Brittany who donated those things.
The Brittany.
The Brittany. It's a genuine article.
Yes, that's right.
So what are we doing? I'm almost dead.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's what we're doing. This is... Oh, hang on. We're not playing Dungeons and Dragons yet. First, we're giving money to kids.
Give the money to the kids.
This
Extra
is, in addition to Birthday Week, this coincides with proficiency bonuses, participation in Extra Life. We do that every year. We have raised... we've met our goal every year. We raise money for Children's Hospital. I don't think I need to go into a long explanation of what Extra Life is. Everybody knows what Extra Life is. It's where you play games for the kids. If you look underneath us in the Twitch window right now, there is a link to our donation page where you can give money to that cause. All of that money goes directly to them. It is obviously a very worthy cause, and we hope that you can give if you have the means to do so. If you can't, we of course understand. You can share our stream, you can share our link, whatever you can do to help would be immensely appreciated. And if any of that stuff is beyond your means, just hanging out with us and playing some Dungeons and Dragons is more than enough, and we're happy for you to be here with us. So I have plugged the thing. Actually, I'm gonna. I set this up before we started. I'm gonna make my donation right now. Hey, okay. I made my donation.
Oh.
Okay, so that is all of the housekeeping business that we have to cover for tonight. So let me hit you guys with a quick recap, and we will jump directly into the action. Last time when we visited the Fool's Errant, you guys are currently in the city of Terra Libra. You had been brought there to have a meeting with the Council of Eight and with another group of individuals, a group of privateers, a group of independent seafaring folk, the crew of a ship known as the Grimm's Folly, who have apparently also found themselves embroiled in affairs involving the Brotherhood of Artanis and the Ignean Empire, which is now at war with the Kingdom of Mithlinday. You guys held your meeting, basically determined between the Brotherhood yourselves and these group of pirates that the Brotherhood cannot take direct action against the Brotherhood or against the Ignean Empire. They can kind of back plays that will help support causes that will work against those organizations' goals. One of those being the supporting of both your group and this group of privateers, essentially. Supporting them in trying to find out more information about what the Brotherhood of Artanis is up to, what they want, what their goals are, for what reason they are like in bed with the Ignean Empire right now, and try to kind of figure out a way to foil those plots. The group of you concluded your meeting and set on your way to wrap up some various business here in the city of Terra Libra before trying to figure out your next steps. You were ambushed on the street as you kind of made your way. You were heading towards Nuri Rattlesnap's establishment, Sears. You were ambushed by a group of Brotherhood of Artanis assassins who had come to put you guys down, as the Brotherhood has apparently deemed you now a big enough threat to actively pursue you after you've thwarted several of their operations throughout the kingdoms. That assassination attempt was interrupted by the appearance of an elven woman with whom you guys were not previously familiar, who you have learned goes by the name Zintrus. She intervened in the Brotherhood's assassination attempt and sort of turned the tide of their surprise attack, allowing you guys to get the upper hand and put down the assassins that were sent after you. Tori and Idrian made a timely appearance to sort of deal with the cops as you guys made haste away from the location of the assassination attempt, which ended with a botched necklace of fireballing. And that is where we left our session last night. I believe you guys had planned to head to the apartments of the Collective of the Arcane Eye, your trusted confidants, the wizards, which is in Ladrius Keep, back in the upper portion of is on the Ordinum Rise. So with that, I will turn things over to you guys.
Okay. Assuming that we make it back to Ladrius Keep, unassassinated attempted again.
Yes, oddly enough, several snipers harass you on your way, but no, you make the trip unmolested back to Ladrius Keep.
Then I will knock on the door of the apartments of the Collective.
All right, you. After about 30 seconds, the door opens, and you see the visage of Stanfield, the Ordinum's or the collective's sort of butler slash associate answers the door. He's, Master Ayla, good to see you. Master Replock just left not too long ago at all.
Yes, I'm terribly sorry. I hate to bother you and the others, but we need to make use of the rooms again. Also, would have wanted to come by anyway because feel the need to warn you. The Brotherhood has stepped up their campaign against us specifically. May we all come in?
Yes, of course. I should say that Masters Copper Kettle, Namara, and Demios stepped out not long after Mr. Replock left. But as always, you are more than welcome in the apartments. Please come in.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
He says, "It is always a delight to see you." And he steps aside and lets you guys enter the room. And as you guys come in, he hits his hand on the doorknob. He goes, that's the trick, the old trick wrist again. Anyway, Mr. Gray, Master Osiris, Mr. Replock again. And as you enter his interest, he says, and a new associate. Delighted to meet you, my good lady. I am Stanfield.
Pleasure to meet you, Stanfield. My name is Zintris. I don't know how long I'll actually be welcome here, but it's nice to meet you all the same.
He takes that in the stride that only a true professional of bustling can. He says, "Oh yes, of course, good madam." I says, "Come in. I shall fix a tray post haste. Please make yourselves comfortable in the sitting room." He says, "Lady Delka is still in the apartments. Should you wish to have her join you?"
Yes, please. And you go ahead and set the tray. I'll knock on her door.
So he heads out of the main sitting room to where you guys know the sort of small kitchen of the apartments is. You give a knock. Lady Delker comes out and she kind of looks at you guys. She looks at Brahm. She says, "Oh, you simply cannot get very far away from these apartments today, can you, Mr. Replock?"
It would seem not.
She sees Zintris and she says, "And all sorts of new acquaintances you're bringing by with you today." She says, I presume this must be heartily interesting if you've come back here this quickly." And she goes over and takes a seat.
Alar, I'll grab a seat. He'll indicate one for Zintris.
Realizing I am severely outnumbered and this is their home turf, I just sit. I'm not trying to cause too much trouble.
Yep, Walter will sit down at what is nearest his spot. If Zintris took that spot, he will sit next to it.
Roll for spot taking, real quick.
Oh, hell,
Yes.
hell yeah.
All of
Hell
you
yeah.
with that 20. That's why make Matt give away his coasters.
Hold on.
Oh, it's an
I'm
8.
gonna-
13.
I'm rolling.
13!
Alright, hold on. I'll get my...
16,
Damn.
only 16.
I only got a 13 though, so you're definitely picking your spot first.
I got an 8, so...
I'm a little extra crispy. Can I get
Oh
a
yeah,
hand
Oz is,
deal?
I did forget
tried.
that in the recap.
This is still smoldering.
Oz did
I'm a little extra
tank
crispy.
3 fireballs with his face last
Yeah.
round.
Thank God I have the aura of the desert, because I'm
Yes.
pretty sure I get a buff from that, even from fire damage. So that regardless, I'm a little extra crispy.
Yeah. Brahm? Walter?
I'd do more if they would let me, but they then held a knife to my throat, so you got what you got.
Oh, okay.
Stanley, did you make bacon?
That's not my name, sir.
Uh.
But yes, of course. You
It is
should
now.
feel-
It is
you
now.
should know-
Stanley.
I'm so sorry. It's been a long
Where
day.
did I
You should know by now I always have bacon at the ready. What kind of butler do you take me for, sir?
Smells like feet.
Yeah,
No.
It smells like
gents,
bacon in here.
I mean, now that we're, out of direct danger, for at least for the moment.
I could heal him more if you want me to, if no one else has the ability at the moment.
Look, man, if she doesn't have the necklaces anymore, that's fine. I could come up to her, but like, she pulls anything. I mean, I guess
I wasn't the one to pull the necklace. Other people did. I saved you from the necklace, assholes.
Yeah, she. To be fair, she did.
And I jumped off the roof to save that one. So,
Mrs. Interest, how was that that sentence just phrased? Where was the comma, and who were the assholes?
No comma, all you assholes.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
fair.
I mean, technically
making
accurate
sure.
the other way around, where she did
It was
save you
accurate.
from the necklace.
It was
assholes.
it was accurate both ways. I was just curious.
Look,
Stanfield comes back
Definitely a bard.
in with
There's
a
double entendre.
Stanfield comes back in with a tray. He sets it down.
thank
It has like a bunch of little like finger sandwiches. It has a pot of coffee, a pot of tea. There is for some reason just like a lot of bacon. There's a plate of bacon on there as it was requested.
That's all Walter. That's all Walter.
He also
buddy.
has like a little. There is like a little tiny like cup and a little like chemistry thing, and he goes about. He kind of fiddles with this little device. He pours like 2 ounces of liquid into this little teacup, and he hands it, Osrius, to you. And he says, "Master Osrius, you appear to have had a bit of a rough go of it today. This is an espresso recipe that is closely guarded among my profession. Perhaps it will reinvigorate you some."
Just Osrius is just like,
Purple worm poison.
Okay, you
just immediately just like
you just like, for somebody your size, it's like a thimbleful. You just like
it's like
you just knock it back. You heal 3d6. So go ahead and roll that.
oh shoot. Oh. Well, sorry, I didn't get actual D6s out.
Uh-oh.
I never used D6s.
You guys see like Osrius like takes this little drink and he like the invigorating essence of this like.
Sorry, straight up. 3-5, all the
Nice.
way across.
555. You gain 15
What?
hit points back
Woo!
immediately.
Thank you.
And
Sorry.
you feel great.
Yeah.
You feel as if you had levels of exhaustion. That this also would have cured a bunch of those.
I feel quarter of the way great.
He nods you. He nods you. He says, "It is even for one of your size. It is not safe to consume more than one of these within a 24-hour period. So unfortunately, I cannot provide you with any more now. There is a significant chance that your heart would explode and you would die. So for now, this will have to be sufficient. I hope that is adequate, sir."
Outside of Gabe, is this like acetaminophen or something? What are you giving
Yeah,
me?
you just sprinkled a little bit of crack into the.
Did you put acetaminophen in my pudding cup so I would take it?
It's a trick. It's a trick I use with Master Copperkettle when he's being exceptionally ornery. I just sprinkle a little bit of baby aspirin into his mayonnaise.
Oh, that's a crime.
You also heal 28 points as Brahm comes up and like slaps you right on a burn.
Oh god.
And he uses cure wounds at 4th level.
I like to think Brahm goes like, take care of that. This is how they did it in where I'm from. And he goes, he spits in his
Well, now it is. I hope he heals me every time with that.
Yeah,
28
you just gotta
said?
rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
Well, now I'm feeling great.
Those are 4th level.
Nice.
Fourth
Okay.
level.
So
Okay.
you are significantly healed between the combination of bardic magic and coffee mancer concoction.
Aspirin.
That's not bardic magic. That's the School of Hard Knocks, baby.
God, we keep inventing bardic schools that sound awesome.
Bardic School of Hard Knocks.
The School of Hard Knocks and the
It's a hard knock life for me.
For us.
Just a bunch of little orphan Brahmies.
Orphan Brahmies.
Oh god.
You
that's
mean all the
terrible.
illegitimate children that Brahm has left along the way?
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh, they're perfectly legitimate. It's just not in the traditional sense.
All right. Well, all of that ridiculous.
Yeah, Stanley. Thank you, Stanley.
Still not my name, sir, but I'm happy to serve. I shall just be in the other room. Feel free to call if you need me.
Thank you, Stanfield.
Of course, sir. And he retreats from the room, leaving you guys with Zintris and with Tabitha Delker.
I like that guy. He's cool.
He is indeed. So, we've
I
had...
turned to Oz though, and I go, but you know his name though, right? You're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, you said Stanley, right?
All right, never mind.
Okay.
Well, Miss Delker, we've had a eventful afternoon even after our meeting.
After army meeting?
Yeah, the meeting with the council?
Yes. I said. I thought you said army. My bad.
No worries. The Brotherhood has decided to step up their efforts against us in particular, and sent 3 assassins to try and kill us. Rather innovative way of doing it too. She, Alar points in his interest, happened to be there and made the difference between us getting caught in a wall of force with a necklace of fireballs. Moreover, it seems Mr. Idrian is the reason that she happened to be there at just the right time. And at that point, Alar will turn his interest. My question is, why didn't Torian Adrian bring you to us?
I met him one other time. He brought me here, he gave me some information, and then he left me alone for a month. The information I had was, be there on that today, at the time that I was, to find who I needed to find.
And that was Brahm.
And I motioned to Brahm, him. I didn't even know what he looked like. I just knew that chances were, if somebody's saying the Brotherhood sends their regards, it wasn't them that I was there to help. Considering they're the ones I have a problem with. So.
That explains why Adrian put you in our...
yeah, he said something about don't, he wasn't actually gonna, he makes sure people meet or have the chance to meet, but he doesn't get involved. Something stupid like that.
So, what specifically is your problem with the Brotherhood?
They took somebody from me.
Who?
My mentor.
I'm gonna look at Brahm and like, we got another one?
I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry to pry further, but who's your mentor? As I'm listening to her talk, do I pick up anything of, regional accent, something that gives me an idea of where she might be from?
An accent that Brittany can't do? Yes, probably.
I'm not asking you to do the accent, but...
No, you'll never get me to do one. But you do.
Weird, she's Cajun.
No, I mean, so let's say this. Here's what we'll say. We're gonna do a little bit of on the fly lore crafting here. You hear her speak, and she speaks. Actually, Alar, she speaks like you speak. You're from the Empire.
Okay.
But you're not French or English, right? There is a dialect. There is a specific dialect in the Empire that is adopted is Cajun. It is adopted among a very specific caste of people within the Ignean Empire, and it is a dialect that is used essentially by stewards and people that are the administrative serving class, not servants, but it's like weirdly the Ignean Empire has like a dialect used by like accountants essentially. It is people who serve like administrative functions within like houses of nobles. So it is like we've established a couple times, Ayla, right, that like you have the ability to slip into the, you know, what would be like the French or the English, like the traditional dialects, but you speak in this dialect, which you can run with that how you will. Brittany has chosen this same kind of method for her character. Like it is a tone of speech that you recognize as like one that is adopted within the Empire. It's sort of like it's almost like the news anchor voice. It is like a affected, flat, like non-accent as an accent.
The transatlantic accent.
It's transatlantic.
Yeah. So yeah, question stands. Who is your mentor?
Who's are you?
Who are you?
Who do you work for?
Where
God,
are the other drugs going? What about
I regret everything.
Harvey Dent? Can we trust him? Sorry, continue.
Hey, go ahead.
I'll just let you guys keep going and start.
I'll do that for the next
Who's
3.5 hours. You really
Who's
don't
your
want.
mentor?
No, you don't want to because your voice will be dead tomorrow.
Challenge
That's tomorrow.
accepted.
That's tomorrow's problem.
That is tomorrow Russell's problem. She's playing as I am. She's playing with her rings a lot, and she's not that she doesn't want to make eye contact. She's debating what to say.
Tabitha
Or how-
Delker like interrupts as you're like contemplating this, and you guys see she's looking at that red feather in your like woven into your hair, and she says, "Pardon my presumption to step into this conversation, but you wear a insignia which I have come to associate with the enemy. You show up conveniently to thwart an assassination attempt against my companions here. I should very much like to know a compelling reason that we should not believe you to be a spy sent by the Brotherhood, and this all be an elaborate ruse to implant you within this group to bring ruin to them."
Yeah, we're perfectly capable of bringing ruin upon ourselves.
They are. I've met them.
I smile at Tabitha and I go, finally, someone intelligent to speak with. And I touch the feather. This isn't theirs. It's not the Brotherhood's. This is from my mentor. And if
Your
anyone
mentor was a
remembers,
bird?
shut the hell up.
Walter's like, oh.
This was the only thing of hers that I could grab before the Brotherhood grabbed her, took her to prison, and are torturing her right now. Okay? It's the only thing I had of hers to grab before they grabbed me. So I wove it into my hair. So it's red. Big deal. I have other feathers in my hair. You want to fight about those? That was directed at Brahm for the bird joke. That was not at Tabitha.
Oh, okay.
She got the nice. Oh, somebody intelligent. Brahm made the bird joke. All of her ire is now at Brahm. They took her. They're torturing her. She turned on them.
He was an agent of the Brotherhood?
She was.
Which, by extension, would make you
No.
mentee of an agent of the Brotherhood.
I wasn't part of them. I was a steward of her house. She worked within the Brotherhood, and she began to tell me about them and about her doubts within the group, and she began to train me.
Instead of watching her reaction or her face, like in this, I'm absolutely watching Brahm's reaction to this information. More than Zintris.
I was never part of them. They know I was her assistant, so they would have killed me too as a matter of purpose. That's why I ran. That's why I know as much as I know, and I assume that is why Torian What's-His-Face got me out of there in time. Because I know things that she can no longer share with the world because she is locked up.
Understand, Miss Zintris, that I am at least intrigued enough that I wish to hear the details about your experience, about your mentor, about the things that you proclaim to know, but you must realize, if you do in fact know the Brotherhood as intimately as you are claiming here, you must know the depths of the levels to which the plans within plans, the lies, the intricacies of their duplicity are hard to overstate. You must understand that I don't know if there is compelling enough evidence that you can provide to prove you are not some sort of a double agent or a plant. I will confess that I am desperate for any information that will allow myself, my friends, to stop operating from 3 steps behind the Brotherhood and their plans, but I have lost too much to proceed with any of the naivete that my age should grant me.
It's good that you're careful. And you're right to be. But let me ask you this. All of you. If you trust Torian Adrian, and he brought me here, why would he bring me here to destroy all of you?
That makes me him trusting you, at least enough to bring you here, is why you are sitting in that chair. I also know that he's not infallible. He can't. He sees potential futures. He doesn't see all ends. So I am inclined to trust you, but as I'm sure you can understand, put yourself in our shoes. Would you trust you?
The only person I trust is currently in a jail. So no, I don't trust anyone.
Brahm, Tabitha turns towards you and she says, Mr. Repluck, you have been uncharacteristically quiet during this conversation. Do you have means or method, or do you have... I don't know. How do we determine the level of trustworthiness of this woman? And I think you see as she kind of like asks you this, like through her like eloquent, sort of like highly educated noble daughters speak. Brahm, I think you can kind of read between the lines there, and you get the sense that very much at the core of this is a woman who, like, you keep having to remind yourself is 17, and like has no family and has nobody, and is just like kind of like taken in with you guys. You can read in her, like, in her tone and in her body language, like she is desperate for like somebody who knows what to do and who knows the answers. And for whatever reason, like, she is looking at you for that right now.
While Brahm's gathering his thoughts, Walter's gonna reach over to Tabitha and like take her, put his hand on her shoulder, and I'm going to cast Death Ward on her.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at her and say, right now, and I'm gonna look at Citrus. Trust doesn't really factor into it. So, and I'll just let Brahm carry on what he was thinking.
Okay.
To be real honest, I don't know how trustworthy anybody is anymore. But I'm gonna assume that somebody who helped kill a bunch of people that were trying to kill us is at least moderately better than the other people. I don't know anymore. At this point, the Brotherhood is so deeply involved in everything that I don't know.
Alright, well, then if all paths are dark, let's take the dim light that we've been offered. Zintris? You have knowledge of the Brotherhood, you said? From your mentor? Who's the lady of a noble Ignean house, I'm gathering.
Mm-hmm. If you want names, if you want information, I can give that. And if a name is what you're after, do you want her noble house first, or her name as a general that now probably no longer exists?
Alar will lean forward ever so slightly. I'm sorry. Did you say general?
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they're torturing her and didn't just outright kill her? They're vengeful bastards.
That we already knew, but yes. Right?
No, I didn't want to hurt your feelings and tell you she was already dead, but this is far more interesting.
She's not dead.
What was her call sign among the Brotherhood?
Ukraine.
Is that one of the names we've heard?
That's a new one for you guys.
She was of House Viren in the Ignean Empire. Which is now, I assume, also destroyed and being sundered as we speak.
I guess history check for Alar?
Yeah, go ahead.
Having guessed that since we can hear each other, I assumed he's from there too, and that's why I'm giving him the info.
You definitely hear in the similar accent, and every now and then there's a slip of the French Ignean accent.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving you the extra.
18?
18, okay. Real quick, Brahm, can you also make me a history check, please?
Natural 20 plus 2.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Poster.
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple of things then. Ooh, this is juicy. Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay. So, oh my goodness. Yeah.
While you're collecting, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'm still listening though.
Okay, no problem. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take one quick second. I'm gonna step outside of the game. I'm gonna address audience. Those of you who are viewing us tonight, as a reminder, if you were not here at the beginning of stream, we are currently doing a bunch of giveaways tonight to celebrate Proficiency Bonus's birthday week. We have some dice, we have t-shirts, we have some handmade dice bags to give away. We're doing drawings of those throughout the evening. One of the things that I stated was when somebody rolls a natural 20, I was going to trigger a giveaway. Brahm has just rolled a natural 20, so we're going to give something away. So I'm going to take this moment. We're going to take a pause. I'm going to give people the opportunity to get into the drawing if you are not already. If you just type delve into the chat on Twitch here, that will automatically enter you into the drawing. So have at it. Start doing that. I'm going to give you guys a second, and what I'm going to say to the group of you is this. Alar. House Viren. You are familiar with House Viren. House Viren is located on the north. They're primarily that house is based in the northwest portion of the Ignean Empire. The city around which their base of operations is based is called Tel Vanal. You know that they are like a pretty powerful noble house. They were the like head of that house was for a while in the running to be like basically like the head honcho. I have to go back and look at forget what I like named the governmental seat. What's that?
High Lords, and then
was it High Lord? Was that what I said?
Yeah, Small Lords ran a small region. High Lords would oversee a large region of the Empire, or might be in charge of certain departments or ministries.
For a while, House Viren was in contention for their like head of house to be the next High Lord of Tel Vanal. So they're like pretty powerful players. You are at least familiar with the name of the house. Brahm. With your natural 20, the information that you recall, a memory from a very, very, very long time ago, like this name like triggers this in your mind. Just something you like didn't even know that you remembered. When you were younger, when you were still living with your parents, with your family, you remember a conversation that you overheard between your mother and father that you should not have overheard. They did not know you were listening. You remember them talking. You remember the discussion being that your mother was worried about something, and your father was trying to reassure her that like, no, here this place, this estate, this homestead is safe. You know, its purchase was off the records. It never should have gotten back to would have gotten back to anybody. Like, this is a safe place. And you remember, as part of that conversation, you remember the name of House Viren coming up.
Your mentor was the head of House Viren?
Zintrus, she was not the head of House Viren.
She wasn't the head. She was part of the house. I was her assistant. Just part of the family. But I assume the family's not faring so well right now.
No, I imagine not. Did she mention any of the other generals' names?
Scrolling back through my interest notes. I think I have another name, but I think it's a name that they still don't know. So it's not gonna convince them I actually know anything.
I'm trying to remember from our conversations. Are those the only two names that I told you that you know?
I think you mentioned the others as well.
For simplicity's sake, you have them all. I assume you have them all written down. You
Yeah.
know the call signs of the 5 generals of the Brotherhood of Artanis.
Okay. I smile at Alar, and the only one I cared about was Ukraine, for obvious reasons.
Obviously.
The other one that she mentioned here and there was someone named Palamedes. I don't know anything about him, just know his name, but there were a few others. Oberon, Lohengrin, and Pendragon. Those are the names I have. Now, if I was a turncoat, would I be telling you all of their call signs? Those are protected.
Probably not. And that jives with a fair bit of information that we've been able to glean so far. What did your mentor oversee within the Brotherhood?
I never got to actually see any of it or be a part of it for obvious reasons, since I was not part of the Brotherhood. As she began to have doubts, she began to tell me more. I am not talented enough to fully understand everything that she was doing. And she kind of just sits and tries to get it all straight in her head. She goes, eventually she looks up at Alar, since he's the one talking to her the most. There were these devices that, from my understanding, were used to... I don't know how. They messed with the ability of the Brotherhood to look in the past or see how things would turn out, to get information, time stuff.
Just like I just did, Alar arches a brow. Chronomancy?
I think that's the word. And Zintrus will go into her little bag and she pulls out her book, because she writes everything down.
Mm-hmm.
She flips through some pages until she gets to something. She goes, "Yep, that's the word."
As she's
Chronomancy.
doing that, Walter's going to pull from his bag something I've been holding on for quite a while. I have a little vial full of sand.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yes.
So Walter's gonna pull out his little vial, or it's a bag, but whatever. And I'm going to pour some out on my hand, and it's a blue sand, and I'll ask if this is anything that she recognizes.
So it is blue sand. It is a blue sand that, for those of you who were present prior to the collecting of it, you will remember was at one time a glowing blue sand. That after the complicated device that it was in was smashed in your fight, lost its glow blue and is now a blue sand. Zintrus, you, as you had established, you have never seen the device that you know that Ukraine was responsible for, like the operating of and the utilizing for the Brotherhood's purposes. So like this sand it's not like, oh, I've seen the sand before. It's not that, but you do recall in like snippets of conversation that you overheard, pieces of like letters that you wrote and stuff like that for the Lady Viren. sand. Like the two primary elements that you know seem to go into whatever this like thing that the Brotherhood has that they use are sand. It's like a very specific type of sand, and what like has always been referred to you as like essence. And the context within which like essence is used is like it needs to be like the essence of a person. Like they use the essence of a person to then like facilitate the usage of this device to look into things in the past. In like out of game layman's terms for you guys, like essentially this is like they need like a genetic sample of somebody. Essentially, they need like blood or bone or something like that. Like they need like somebody's DNA to like then power, you know, use as part of this device. Those are like the two elements that you are kind of aware of that like go into the using of this machine. And when he shows you like this sand is like I pulled this out of a thing, like that does seem to jive.
Seeing the sand, she'll flip through that same book backwards.
For the sake of ease, I'm just gonna say it's in a glass vial, so I don't have to dump like my handful of sand back into the little pouch.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She'll go backwards in her notebook and get to the page where she probably started to, as Ukraine was starting to tell her things, and she was starting to pay more attention to the messages she was writing. As sand and like bone or whatever started coming up more, his interest would have probably written that down. So there's probably a couple pages where it's mentioning, and it's dated, so she has all of like it's almost like a journal.
Okay.
She holds out the notebook to Walter, where it's a date from however long ago that says sand and bone on it.
As we kind of like reach this revelatory moment where you guys learn like the Brotherhood of Artanis has some sort of a chronomancy device that they use to like fuck around and look back in time. And this link closes in the chain. Let's take a quick second and let me do the drawing that I owe everybody of the prizes that we have to give away based on Russell's nat 20 a minute ago there. So real quick, everybody, you got like 10 seconds here to type delve into chat if you have not done so already to get yourself entered into the pool to give away. Let's do the dice first. We have a 7-piece set of polyhedral dice donated to us by Cardboard Castle Games. We're going to go ahead and give that away first. So if you have not done so, type delve now or forever hold your peace. And let us in 3, look at the hand of fate descending. 3, 2, 1, and...
And?
Absolutely perfect. Stink butt McFart 69 was it like if ever there was like the Twitch name that was like a fake Twitch account that Curtis made to screw with us,
would totally be
it would be Stink butt McFart 2069. Like
your efforts are appreciated.
Whoever that person is, I love that.
You're basically our hero.
Yeah. Whoever that person is, please reach out to me personally.
Please reach out. Please send a message to Proficiency Bonus with your to contact them so we can figure out where to send your stuff to.
And also where to be best friends.
And then contact Curtis directly so that you guys can be buds.
Yeah. Thank you.
Unbelievable. I love it. All right.
I love it.
Help support Christy Mysticwater and her talk show Mystic Hour. That's right. Stinkbutt McFart 69 could be a supporter of Christy Mysticwater.
Very well, good.
Well,
what a day.
What a day. What a time to be alive. So go ahead. If I'll be in contact with DM Michael if he if he tells me that like that person does not reach out, we'll do another drawing later. So I'll make sure that like we get a drawing done for everybody who is, good God, who is joining us tonight. All right, so thank you. Hey, that is one of our giveaways down. We still have a couple more to do. And then maybe if things get buck wild enough in the chat.
Yeah, dude,
Can
players end up for that? Because I want it.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
That's
please.
right. In addition to the proficiency bonus, we'll see.
Woo!
It better get buck wild in that chat before we give this bad boy away.
What is that?
Serby? This was not as cheap as you would think it is for what kind of a nightmare.
Nightmares are seldom cheap.
Hey, can I roll?
Hey, all right, there's Stink Butt McFart in the chat. They say lol, thank you. No, Stink Butt McFart 69, thank you.
Yes.
Hold on.
Not the hero we needed, but the hero that we definitely deserved.
Yes.
Yes,
Wait a minute. I'm just coming to the show to be safe. I love you.
Mr. McFart, we salute you.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry, I did not mean to catch you while you were drinking, man.
Alrighty, well, hey.
Hey, that's somebody clip that.
Anyway, in maybe the greatest instance of like emotional whiplash that's ever occurred, let's take a quick detour from Stink Butt McFart 69 back to the scene at hand, where Zindris has just revealed that she is aware of the call signs of all 5 generals of the Brotherhood of Artanis, and that the Brotherhood is in possession of a chronomancy device that they are using to look through time in order to manipulate events to their advantage around the 5 realms. Take it away. Take a second to like readjust your broken necks back into position, and let's proceed.
Alar lets out a quiet but long curse in Draconic.
I say good one in Draconic.
And that curse is Stink Butt McFart 69.
It is indeed.
Yeah.
Alar, there's a slight quirk of an eyebrow and then a smirk. Oh, good. Finally, somebody else who speaks it.
In Draconic, I just say...
If we all spoke it this whole time and nobody ever said anything.
In Draconic, I just say to Alar, finally I can practice. It's been a while.
I start speaking in Elvish.
What are you saying in Elvish?
Do you know? Do you know?
Beep beep boom boom.
Yes.
Yes.
I think everybody speaks Elvish.
I probably know...
It's important.
I might know more languages than everybody here.
No, it's fine. I've been waiting to use. I did use it at once, speaking Elvish to somebody, and it impressed them. So I was just trying to be trying to be a part of the group.
I have very high, long, pointy ears. If I didn't, I'm a disgrace to.
Hey, everybody! Just real quick, 1 second. The door to the apartment's open, and Namara, Dimios, and Colin Copperkettle come back into the apartment at this point. The 3 of them are with another individual who they are like heartily laughing as they like approach the door of the apartments with, and Dimios and Namara like your theorems are always delightful. And Colin turns and he claps this other individual who is wearing a like hot pink set of wizard's robes. And Colin goes, "Oh my! I'm going to be awfully sorry to forget you in the next 14 seconds after I close this door. You've been a true friend and colleague to me, Stink Butt McFart 69. Weird thing to have named yourself, to take in as a wizard name. I'll write it in my book if I remember long enough when I get back to where I've kept my book. But absolutely, what a delightful person you are, and I for sure I've really appreciated. There's not many people that have the courage, I say, and I don't care who hears it, the courage to say that mayonnaise is in fact the greatest of all the condiments. And you, sir, Stink Butt McFart 69, you have stepped up where few men have the stones!
Taylor's just
And
going
for
to
that,
do the slow look
I
over at
applaud
Rom.
you.
I cast Cloud of Daggers on myself.
He did a
he
Grizzy
sa-
so
he says-
bad I went
he says,
blind.
Are you sure that I can't convince you to come in? Stanfield makes legendary scones. And the NPC out in the hallway goes, no, I can't come in right now. I have things to do. Stink Butt McFart away. And he runs down the hallway, trailed by a cloud of glitter. And Colin closes the door and he goes, that is perhaps the greatest man that I have ever met in my life. And then 3 seconds pass and he goes, right, what were we doing? I don't... Alright, well...
Taylor's going to sad. It's a sad, fond smile as he sees Colin.
I don't know what happened. Anyway.
And he's going to wave hi at the three wizards.
Hello.
Colin's like... Demios, there appears to be a bunch of strangers in that apartment.
126.
123.
Balls! I don't have the book. Alright, hang on. And he goes into the other room.
Draconic to Alar, what the fuck is going on?
He's nodding over and in common explain. Master Copperkettle, the dwarf, was affected by a memory curse. Things prior to the curse he can recall just as well as you or I. But after the curse, if you step out of his sight for more than a few seconds, he will not remember you. He does not generate new memories. Any important person that he runs into, he'll write down their name in a book, and he gives them a number.
I'm gonna dismiss
And
disguise
will.
self and
He looks his interest hard, and you will respect him.
Colin comes back into the room with his book and he goes, okay, right, what if
mayonnaise.
Sweet Jesus Christ! Walter?
Wait, this is the first time I've seen Walter like this too, right?
I joined the curse crew, guys. Sorry.
What?
Do you have any information on spooky eye curses?
I point at Walter again, and I look at Alar.
Colin like sees your eyes and he goes like, ugh! And he like he was like, and his hand goes like,
whoa!
And
He's
Demios is
126,
like,
I'm
dude,
123.
I dive behind the chair that I'm in. I'm like, fuck that about. Don't know what's happening in this room anymore.
Demios quickly goes like, Colin, everything is under control. Just, we know them. Take it easy. And he's got his magic missile like
Behind the chair.
Pointed
behind
at Walter.
the chair.
Well,
He's like,
Walter.
It's tiring to leave this up all the time.
Gods, man, could tact.
Yeah.
Time and place.
and Colin
Seriously,
goes,
even I know that.
alright, so what were the numbers again?
126.
123.
He like flips.
I think it was 125, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was in there somewhere.
He knows your numbers. He like flips and he reads through. As he gets Walter to your page, he goes like, "All right, I do have a note here that does say that this one is prone to ill thought out, stupid bullshit. I suppose that tracks." He says, "Okay," and he closes his book. He goes, "Frankly, this has all been way too much excitement for me. I think I'll excuse myself back to the kitchen, perhaps make myself a sandwich," and he like pulls out the alchemy jug, like pats it.
Rhymes.
heads out of the room. Demios kind of looks at the group of you. He goes,
Still behind the chair. There was threat of magic being thrown around. I'm still behind the chair.
Demios looks at you. He goes, if we are being honest, as I look around the room, it does not appear that any of you have destroyed any doors or any of our rare china or silverware or other furniture, which may actually be a new record for as long as you seem to have been in here.
Oh, we've only been here about 20 minutes.
The property damage is elsewhere.
I think at that exact moment the chair Oz is sitting in is like,
The
cracks a
four
little bit.
legs falls
Yeah.
off. He goes, and he casts mending and like fixes it. And he goes, the amount I don't think you understand. The amount of spell slots that I've had to use repairing things that could have been put towards my potentially groundbreaking and world-changing research.
Sorry for insisting.
You perhaps, the group of you perhaps have inadvertently caused the setback of all mortal kind's advancement in the arcane arts by the sheer level of doors and things that you break.
Yeah, well,
And
what
I-
else is new?
He says, and he says, I love you all dearly, but you are an affront to the gods, and I'm going to leave the room for the remainder of whatever you're doing in here. Please try not to break any more of my furniture before you do so.
Did he just Bob Burgers us? He's like, I love you all, but you're all terrible.
Yes, he
All
says
terrible.
he does this exactly. He says, I love you all, but you are all terrible people, and he leaves. the
Alar
room.
waves at him. Scooter comes out of Alar's pocket, waves at him as well.
Bye.
Namara goes to her seat and sits down.
Zintris, meet Mistress Namara, one of the members of the Collective of the Arcane Eye, and our mentors.
I come out from behind the chair and bow at her as if I was still at the noble houses.
As you bow, I think you immediately catch on she is totally blind.
Doesn't.
I mean,
catch
it
it.
doesn't affect, but
I'll do it, yeah.
you realize she doesn't look at you, she doesn't seem to notice the bow. So she just sits placidly in her chair.
It's her home, I bow.
Miss Namara, one of the reasons that we've come, in addition to having our conversation with Miss Zintris, is also to warn you. What I mentioned about the property damage, the Brotherhood of Artanis apparently managed to get a few agents into Terra Libra and sent them to kill us. You may have heard of an explosion about half an hour, 40 minutes ago.
She says,
About 10 blocks that way.
These took place in the upper district away, nearly several blocks over from the High Garden markets. Demios, you owe me a gold piece. It was them. And from the other room, you hear, "Damn it!"
I don't have the points to get 5 gold, so.
So she
Walter
says-
will just place a
says-
single gold piece on the table.
She says, "Do not mind me. I will uninvolve myself from your conversation, which has been understandably violently derailed by our drinking companion that we left in the hallway."
Completely understandable, but we did want to warn you since, for known associates, there may be threat to you as well.
Are you getting a vision?
I'm getting a vision. I have a vision that we are about to be interrupted by a portent of great evil.
Oh, here it comes.
Wait for it. Yes. Here it is.
Oh no, the furry elephant.
Oh god, my favorite part is that on the stream it's just like the dog butt that appears, but like what everybody else is watching, they can like see all of my wife just and the like shit-eating grin that she has on her face as she waves at
No,
dog.
they can't. I don't think they can see my grin.
The stream can't. Oh, they can't see
No,
your
they
head.
We can only get like neck down.
That
Yeah.
But
dog,
we see the
To be
we
fair,
see
we
the dog
also-
butt coming.
Yes.
that dog's butt
Before-
is
We also
Ah,
know your
God.
grins very,
That-
very well, Emily.
that dog's butt is nuclear warfare.
Yes.
Immediately.
That is
Dangerous.
right. That dog is a violation of
You guys do,
Geneva
yeah. You
Conventions.
guys do finally understand what an actual crime she's committing on me when she does that to me every night.
Yes.
She says, pardon me, that was deeply upsetting. But it has passed. Oh, hang on,
Yeah.
wait, no, slightly different brand. Hang on.
That's a princess.
Oh goodness.
Yes, a serious lore-filled episode of dog butts.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Hey, we said butts in the beginning. You got butts.
Speaking of, it's actually I don't know why I didn't put 2 and 2 together. It turns out that's, what was it? I've already forgotten.
Stink Butt McFart 69.
Stink Butt McFart 69 is actually Griff's Twitch name.
that explains so much.
Explain.
Congratulations. It means that you don't have to mail anything too far.
That's true. Dear God, we are
Whatever.
Okay.
we are
Oh,
not
God,
gonna get
where
through
were we?
we are not gonna get through the exposition dump of this episode if we don't tighten it up.
Okay.
Fine.
No,
Chronomancy.
we're good.
Yes.
We're good on dog butts. Thank you.
They have a chronomancy device.
Yep. They do.
That
And they-
explains Torian's constant agitation.
And how they've been able to stay ahead of so many things. Do you know where this is?
No. Like I said, I'm not part of them. And she didn't tell me so much that I would have to be brought in or killed on sight. Except now I'm obviously kill on sight, but even before, when she was on good
Okay.
terms with them, if I'd known, I would have been a target. So,
But she did. Would they have moved? They probably would have moved it, but there is a chance maybe they wouldn't have.
I mean, depending on the nature of the machines, I don't know if they technically even can. They seem
The things are very delicate. At least the one that we've encountered was.
You've been around one of these.
Where do you think I got the sand?
Sears? That lady seems to have everything.
I'd be shocked if she had this, but no. That device was not, at least to our knowledge, not made by the Brotherhood. That's an that's an Invarian Empire creation. Predates the fall.
I have the location coordinates for the teleportation circle.
Alar's just gonna snatch it. Jesus Christ!
I mean, he's waving his Book of Shadows. It's not like showing the actual teleportation thing.
He still smacks your hand.
Dismiss it into shadow.
Do you know where your mentor is being held?
She assumed they would take her to the Estelgath.
Bless you.
Does that ring a bell for Alar?
This is not a thing that I'm even going to require a roll for any of you except maybe Oz. Oz, go ahead and make me a history check.
Ooh.
Come on, Oz, nat 20 it and do another explosion.
You get a used beer can.
Not net. History.
Mhm.
That is 16.
Okay, so it's 16. Oz, I think like when Zentress says like my best guess is that she has been taken to the Estelgath. You know that is like an Ignean prison. The rest of you do not need to make this roll, as like you unlike Oz, did not literally live under a rock for most of your life before this. Brahm and Alar, you guys are like especially aware of what the Estelgath is. The Estelgath is the place where the Ignean Empire sends its like most heinous criminals and people that are like basically deemed enemies of the state. It is a place that is spoken of in hushed whispers. The mere invoking of the name of the Estelgath is nigh considered to be akin to like uttering a curse. The Estelgath is a place to which you are sent and you never return, and no one ever hears from you again. It is a fortress somewhere like deep in the wilds of the like most remote parts of the Ignean Empire's territory, and the sort of the truth of the place is like unentangleable from the horrid like lore about it. It is the Azkaban times 1,000 of this like of this setting.
Alar lets out a longer curse in Draconic.
You know,
Yours
we
and a
haven't
little bit of
done
Dwarvish
sometime-
for good measure.
We haven't done a good heist in a while.
He says heist, and you see her smile. Like an actual true smile.
He's gonna like just like thought finger point at the feather. You said that's from her?
It was her quill from her desk that I sat with her at for hours and hours. I took it before I jumped out the window. About a minute before they broke in.
Walter's gonna like take the Voyager staff and just kind of like spin it in his hands for a second. And just like
Altered now.
you think
Make
she
an
recorded-
Arcana check real quick for me, Walter, as you kind of think about that.
11.
Even with an 11, I think as you think about this, you think about like the Voyager staff and this this like potential ability that you've acquired. I think you it is immediately like jumps to the forefront of your mind that like probably not a great idea to try and like teleport into the Estelgath.
I mean, Walter's next thought out was gonna be, what are the odds it's warded against teleportation? And
Exactly.
the answer is probably very high.
Exactly.
Okay.
But he's gonna point to the feather. The feather's not from there. The feather's from
her. Which means that we might be able to use it.
to get to her
Possibly.
office.
That could be useful. They may not. I don't know whether she might have been able to secrete something.
I don't like that word. Can you use a different word, Alar?
Hide. Better.
Oh, yes.
If she's in the prison, it doesn't matter. If this takes us to her or to the prison.
Oh, I'm not
She's
talking about
there.
going to her. I'm talking about going to her office.
I have I probably have other things from the office, and I motioned to my notebook, and I'm like, she gave me that off of one of the shelves.
Okay.
My clothes are from the house, like the robes I wear.
I think one thing you would be able to, to know pretty definitively his interest is that, like, to go there and search her office, like, is not gonna turn up anything.
Yeah.
That would help. Like, extremely cautious about leaving anything written or anything like about that could be, like super secret shadow organization.
Yeah.
Aelard is wincing and he looks really unhappy. God damn it. An actual living turncoat. One of their top 5.
She didn't like what they were doing. I don't even know what she found out, but she found out something that made her very uneasy.
Did she tell you what?
No.
Did she even give you a hint?
I believe... I'm trying to remember her exact words, but they were basically what they are doing is horrendous, and she sits and she thinks back to when they were in the office, and trying to find it, but regardless, they're willfully ignorant about the damage this could cause, or they're insane, and she wanted no part of it either way.
Baylor's gonna share a look with Tabitha Delker.
Make an insight check.
19.
She looks troubled. She looks suspicious. But beneath that, like, armored exterior that you have sort of, like, watched her be forced to build over the last, handful of months that you guys have, like, known her and traveled with her, you see beneath that, and you see into that a young woman who, like, desperately wants all of this to be true, and desperately wants this to be the first real avenue to getting answers and to getting, like, justice for her father's murder. So she's very conflicted.
Yeah, he nods at her ever so slightly, and he looks at Brahm, the man of 1,000 faces, the actor, the teller of BS. And there's a bit of an unspoken, what do you think?
I don't know.
This sounds like, on the one hand, it sounds like the perfect setup. The idea that one of their top people would turncoat. We go. We walk right into the lion's den. On the other hand, what if it is true? We get her out. We get her here. How much damage could we do to them? Finally. Intentionally, not stumbling into something.
Two questions for Zintris. One, was she running or in charge of or overseeing whatever that system was? In other words, without her running it, somebody else had to have taken it over, or it is non-functional.
I guarantee you somebody took it over. But yes, she was running it.
Second question, do you have an updated map as it stands of the Empire? Ours is a little out of date.
Probably have that, yeah. I dig in my bag and I find one. And I freely hand it over.
Walter's gonna like take a look and try to figure out like where, if anything's labeled like Super Ultramax Prison Don't Go Here zone is.
Alar will look over as well, and you know, he has no idea where specifically is, as you said, no regular person does. He might be able to help narrow the gap a little.
Where would you put prison nobody can escape?
Would I know where it is roughly?
Yes. I'm just seeing if I actually have this. Hey, okay. So,
As I realize that that's what they're looking for. Because it
No,
probably is.
like Walter will say like where do you think this is, like, and then try to figure out if there's any towns or anywhere near
I'll
that
take
area.
I'll take a
nearest.
quill out. I'll take a quill out of my bag and mark
So
the area.
I'm zooming a map behind me. This is going to be way blown out of proportion. I don't have to zoom in real far.
Oh yes, the 7-pixel map.
Hell yeah. What is behind my head right now is the Eastern Ignean Empire. The city that you can see like above my head. Oh, hey. Curtis's window is popping into the the map screen. Anyway, the city that you can see labeled in blue there on the map is the Ignean city of Eleonora. It is their easternmost city. It is, for reference, Umyath Durai, which we have seen in the campaign, is here. Eleonora is along that eastern coast up north. The Estelgath is located kind of like, you see where that little like river is on the map there? The Estelgath is located on like an island slightly offshore of kind of that point. North, like almost directly north of the city of Eleonora.
Leadership.
That's all I know about where it's supposed to be.
Alright, well, step one, we need to get into the Empire.
Cintrus looks uncomfortable for a minute, and then she just says, I'm not going to tell you we can't go get her. Because I want that more than anything. That wasn't what she told me to do. She didn't say go get the fools and come get me. She said find the fools Errant, find Abraham Repluck, and help them. So if there's other things you need to do first, my orders from her are to help you. I want her out, and if that's where you want to go, I am all for it. But if you want to drag me around the country and have me nearly die in battles to prove myself to you, that's fine too. I don't suppose any of you have any magic that I can swear upon to prove that all of this is true, but I would if I could, and if you had it. So her orders were find you guys and help you. I want to go get her. If you want to go get her and get the information and bring it back here, if that will help you, great. But if this is the way to prove to you that it's not a trap, let's go fight somewhere else. I don't know where else, because this is all I know to do right now. I found you. That was my job.
Quick out of character question.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember all the leads we currently have. To see if like this adds to it. Imagine writing notes that I should eventually read.
So, sort of as a quick summary of kind of what you guys know to be going on. Within your own investigations, you know that the Brotherhood of Artanis seems to have been manipulating the Mythlindian government into putting them in a weakened position to open up for the avenue of attack that the Ignean Empire used to invade their borders and start this war on them. That is how you guys kind of came to your relationship with Tabitha Delker, as like that all kind of kicked off because her father, apparently an agent of the Brotherhood, was involved in that process and apparently got cold feet in some regard, and was killed for it. So you kicked off that avenue through that. You know that the there is an organization, whether they are related to the Brotherhood or not. You know it is a group of individuals who wear dragon masks, who were had infiltrated into the Mythlindian libraries ranks, who somehow swayed Fidget and Nula to abandon you guys and go with them. You have no further information on who those people are, what their goal was, or what it was that they told your two party members to get them to turn and abandon you. You know from the pirates that Pendragon, who you first encountered the name of having something to do with those ghost lanterns, is focusing some kind of attention on capturing Naporian lunar warriors for something that this individual is working on. You know that there is currently an Ignean armada sailing through the Iolaquis archipelago south, for what could be the purpose of looping around to the western shores of Mythlinday and attacking from there, or could be something else. You know that one of the Brotherhood's generals seems to be behind that as well, which is kind of the main reason that the bookkeepers seem to be treating that as maybe not exactly what it seems. And those are sort of your main plot elements right now. The Kingdom of Mythlinday has been badly beaten. Roland Oldo is either in the custody of the Empire or dead. The Queen is currently marshaling forces to try and retake Naviria. An armada is sailing south. The Brotherhood is pulling these strings for purposes that you are unclear on, as the direct things that you have encountered them doing seem to have something to do with this other entity that has this larger scale, potentially, as you put it previously, apocalyptic goal in mind. And that seems some way connected, Walter, to the entity that is connected to you, who you have spoken to, Maka. Seems to be directly in opposition to that. That's kind of where you guys stand in your knowledge and what's going on and what's up.
This is interest.
Alar?
In your travels, as the war began, I'm not sure if you would have noticed or would have been able to notice, but did you notice if they had any similar prohibitions against the Order of the Radiant Dawn as they did the Bookkeepers? If there were members of the Order of the Radiant Dawn operating, they have enclaves in major cities, of course. Were they being curtailed?
Would I know that?
The Order of the Radiant Dawn does not have enclaves in major cities.
Oh, okay. I just remember there being a place that Nula went to previously in Naviria.
They do in Naviria. Sorry, I should to clarify. They do in Naviria because the Order of the Radiant Dawn operates out of Lyra, which is technically a Mythlindian city. So kind of like the bookkeepers, they live in Mithlande, but like all throughout the realms, they don't have like standing enclaves. It is, like occasionally like recruiters will travel through the realms, but it is extremely rare for someone from the Radiant Dawn to be outside of the region of Lyra and the Blighted Peninsula that they are constantly on, fighting a never-ending war to keep contained.
Okay.
The other element of that being that Zintris, you actually you have been in Terra Libra since before the war started. Because all of your stuff went down prior to the incursion breaking out, and Tori and Idrian teleported you guys directly to this city, and you have been there since.
Do I know anything about the interactions with the Radiant Dawn, though, as far as what Aylar's asking?
There is. Make a history check. I don't know if that's the appropriate role for a general knowledge check.
I think it tends to be.
That is a 14.
14. You're not really familiar with anything dealing with the Radiant Dawn, as far as the Brotherhood is related.
I heard about the war since I got here, but I've been here for a month. As far as the Radiant Dawn goes, I barely knew what Ygraine did, let alone what any of the others are doing. She gave me their names as
No,
collateral.
I wasn't thinking of their infiltration, although if you had information about that, there's someone that we would be very happy to introduce you to, who would be very, very interested in learning all that you knew. But, no, I was thinking more along the lines of, if we are going to infiltrate the Ignean Empire, we need cover. And not an issue for me, definitely not an issue for her. Walter would be okay. It's you two. And he points at Brahm and at Osrius. And there's only one organization I can think of that would have potentially such a unique collection of individuals, and might, just might, still avoid scrutiny. The Order of the Radiant Dawn takes anybody who's willing to swing a sword. And in the Ignean Empire, there's always the subtext among the recruiters of take back the old capital. Now,
It's an option.
it is. It's not a great one, because impersonating a member of the Order of the Radiant Dawn... on the other hand...
Also, I definitely can't be the one swinging a sword, and she holds up her, string bean arms, and she's like, I'm very
No.
transparently not a fighter.
No, but
It's okay.
hopefully it doesn't come to a fight. It's more of a matter of a lot of bullshitting.
That I can do.
Is your intention to rescue the Lady Zintris' former employer from the Esselgath?
One string of many in this knotted ball of fate we're stuck with.
I am simply questioning if this is the case. You simply need to overcome the hurdle of crossing the border into the Empire. From there, you
that's
can
not as
travel
big a...
in the wilderness until you get to the prison. At
That's
which
not
point
as
your
big as-
disguise will not matter.
Sorry, Lady Mara. That's not as big an issue as it might be. Well, potentially, anyway, because... and you'll pardon the expression, Brahm. I know a guy.
Then it seems to me that the resource that you need is one to help you get into and out of the Ignean's prison.
Yeah. that. That I can, unfortunately, beyond the resources I've got.
Perhaps it would be a perfect opportunity to exercise your newfound privileges with the Ordinam's resources. Merely a suggestion.
I look at all of them. You all have access to all the cool stuff here?
Our mission is to discover what the Brotherhood of Artanis is doing, as well as how they're influencing the Ignean invasion, and disrupt it. So, you can understand why the idea of locating and retrieving a high-level turncoat would definitely fall within that.
No, it's a
On the other
terrible
hand-
idea, but it's an idea.
All of the
It's
best
all-
ones are.
And it's also one of the few that we have.
I look at Brahm. I've been getting asked about my mere proximity to the Brotherhood. From what I understand, you were part of it. What do you know about all of them? Anything that would help us with this?
Brahm pretty much does nothing, right? Because he was not high level enough.
Brahm knows. Brahm's knowledge of the Brotherhood is largely related to like how they operate, how they move information around, and has a great deal to do with like their recruiting process and stuff like that, which is like information that Zintrus does not really have access to, as that was not like you kind of have more in the way of like, here's sort of the like the moving between the upper echelons, where Brahm is much more familiar with like how they bring people into the organization. So like where you might find recruiters, how you might suss them out in a given place to find out like if there are agents operating in the city, how to find them. The information on what it is that they tell their agents when they send them on stuff. Like, so in essence, like, Zintrus has sort of like book smart stuff on the Brotherhood's like logistical stuff. Brahm has street smart experience on how to like interact with them, how to deal with the organization, how they move, and how they operate, and things of like how to fight with and deal with their specifically trained operatives. Like the Men of 1,000 Faces are like a thing that Brahm is much more intimately aware of, that like Zintrus, maybe you have no idea who, like, what that even is, because it's not in your realm of like information.
Well, we have a name, we have a location, we have resources, we have time.
What we should do also is learn, get everything that Miss Zintrus knows, and make sure that it's not just in our hands. You're muted.
I'll look at my notebook, which feels really weird for me to do this, but I still feel like they don't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I toss it to Alar. That's years of my life. Enjoy your nighttime reading.
Hey, Alar, didn't Jimios have a way to quickly copy things over from book to book?
He did.
No copies.
This copy goes
No.
to the Ordinum Libri.
Think the Ordinum cares what I had for breakfast 2 weeks ago?
No, but they care what information that you have about the Brotherhood of Artanis. So, what I propose
Fine.
is this. The information that deals specifically with it gets copied. Your breakfast, we don't need that.
Fine. Have I convinced you all that I'm not here to kill you yet? Because I'm kind of tired of being in the hot seat.
No,
No,
but
I
at
wouldn't-
one
I
point or
wouldn't care if
another,
you were
we're
gonna
all
kill us or not.
we've all wanted to kill each other. So you're
Yeah,
on
I'm
the hot
fine.
seat, but as for killing us, give us
As
time.
you ask that, Zintris, Tabitha Delker turns to Osrius. And she prepares to ask him a question. But as she does, we take a sidestep because it is 9:10. It is like a little past halfway of our episode, and we should do a
Give
second
away
giveaway.
30.
We should do another giveaway. So, those of us who are with us at home, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. One thing before we get into this, one thing I do want to say, I'm going to pull up where I had this. Over the course of tonight's stream thus far, we have doubled the amount that has been donated to our Extra Life campaign so far.
Yeah.
We have passed our silver milestone on our goal. We are up to $675 out of our $1,000 goal.
Hell yeah.
Over $300 have been donated since we started tonight's stream. That's
awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you everybody who donated. That's so cool. I can't express how much I appreciate it, and how there was scroll back through the tape at some point. There was a while there where I let you guys talk for a while because I just had to be quiet because I had looked over at the Extra Life stream and saw that this money had been donated, and I just had to sit with it for a minute. But that's really awesome. We really, really appreciate it. That's
absolutely
that's
Thank you.
fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
If you missed it when we talked about it in the beginning, proficiency bonus every year right around our birthday week, we participate in the Extra Life charity event where we try to raise money for the Children's Hospital. Is a fantastic cause that everybody's familiar with. I don't need to go into the details of Extra Life. Y'all know what it is at this point. It raises money for people who absolutely deserve it. And there is a link currently beneath us on the Twitch chat right now. We are at we've received another $50 donation in the 3 seconds I've been talking about this. So thank you, whoever that was. Incredible. We're now at $700 of our $1,000 goal for our Extra Life stream. We were at $300 when we started the stream tonight. That's fantastic.
It's awesome.
I can't. I'm gonna ramble
nice
for
even number
the next
now.
hours. So thank you. If you can, please donate. It means so much to us. It is for a fantastic cause. If you can't, if you don't have the means, absolutely understand. It is time to be tough out there. Consider sharing our link with somebody who might pop in and check us out. Consider sending that to somebody who might be able to donate, or just continue to hang out with us. Anything is fine. Anything is appreciated. We love you all very much, and it's been mind blowing to watch that bar fill up over the course of tonight's stream.
Oh yeah.
So let's jump back here and do our giveaway. Delve is the entry code. Type Delve into the chat to get yourself entered into the drawing. I'll give you another few seconds here. If you haven't done it, if you've just been with us, you didn't hear that announcement before. We have already given away a set of dice. We have let's do the giveaway on the dice bag. For this one, this is a handmade dice bag made by our very own Brittany. You can pick one of 3 sizes that she has. She has a small, a medium, a large, or a regular, a venti, and a grande, if you will. Those are awesome. All of us at the table currently have one that have been made. They're super cute. They're awesome. They're like perfect for carrying your dice. Somebody in chat says you're a dice bag. I don't know what that means, but thank you.
Hey, it works.
Look, I can only hope to be a dice bag.
It means you're handcrafted with love and are awesome too, I guess. I don't...
Either that or it means
Full of shiny rocks.
there you go.
There you go. That sounds
Full
definitely
shiny
more
map.
accurate.
Okay, I've stalled enough. Anybody who was going to enter should have done so by typing Delve into the chat. If you have not done so already, too damn bad.
Into that chat.
You have exactly as long as it takes me to type in giveaway.
He's a touch typer. It's real slow.
I have to actually. I only type with my toes, as it turns out, which is
Ew.
upsetting.
Welcome
but
to everything,
Ew.
everywhere, all at once.
Stop it.
it is. Let me just make sure. Giveaway. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, somebody right under the wire enters in, and here is our draw. And Dogs for Life 22, right under the wire, and is the winner of our dice bag. Dogs for Life 22.
Really
Dogs for Life 22 is a name that is with us here every week, so I am very glad that they got something.
Absolutely.
I'll just text you directly.
Hopefully clean toes. Vicious Dogs for Life 22. How dare you do me like this? Go ahead and send a direct message to Proficiency Bonus. We'll get your shipping information. We'll get your preference of dice bag. I'm sure there's pictures of the various dice bags floating around there, and we will make sure to get that to you. I appreciate your entry, and I appreciate you hanging out with us most weeks here on our stream. Okay, so that is our second of 3 giveaways. We have one more to do. This is the statement that I'm gonna make, because I said it had to get crazy in chat tonight. We have gone from $300 to $700 of our $1,000 goal. If we hit our $1,000 goal within the next 45 minutes before our stream ends, I will auction off
come on.
Pizza Baby Furby. That's the carrot at the end of the stick. Send the message to everybody you know if you haven't done so. If we get to that $1,000 before the end of tonight's stream, this Nightmare Pizza Furby is up for grabs. I will do a raffle for that.
On a related note, we as a gaming group, the 5 of us right here, could also force Matt to inflict that on somebody else.
Theoretically, you could. I don't care where the money comes from. If we get that last couple $100, I'll give this friggin' Furby to somebody. Anyway, that is the offer that I put out to you out there in the internet. I will be keeping an eye on that donation bar for the rest of the night. If we get that last $300 before the night's over, Pizza Furby. One of a kind, as it turns out, actually, because I had to buy it from what truly is
serial killer
is a craftsman ahead of their time from Etsy.
Yes, a dystopian future.
Alrighty, that is enough of that. Let us then jump back into the game as Tabitha Delker. You wipe the memory of the image of the Pizza Furby from your minds as Tabitha Delker turns towards Osrius, and she says, "Osrius,
Yes.
you are more than anyone I have ever met in my admittedly limited years. You are a person without subtext.
Yes.
You are an individual who is direct, who is to the point, who exists in a state of true honesty of the spirit.
Yep.
What is your take on Miss Intrus?
Well,
I'm for one, is never afraid to run from a fight. But being with this group has shown me anything. If you could do something quiet and calculated, then I suppose we should do that. But if anything happens, I choose for it to be standing with you all. And in my honesty, finding out only a little of what has happened to my family, I want to see the Empire fall just by.
So then
So
your vote is trust her.
I have no reason not to. Seems fair to me. As Osrius.
Then that is as compelling a reason as I can imagine. She looks to the rest of you, to Alar, to Brahm, to Walter. She says, I'm not proficient with the blade or with spells or the adventures that you go on, but I am committed to seeing this through, and if Osrius's gut is telling him that this is a fair deal, I am inclined to agree.
Osrius just kind of like smiles. As in just being like, to hear somebody is just being, other than like Brahm and the rest of the group, but just being the fair deal and just looking outside of any it's like it's been a lot of conversations of being like of generals and kings and like empire and being like, what is fair, regardless of who we are. That's it.
She looks at the rest of you guys like, what say you, and what steps do you think need to be taken next?
Well, we have a lot of the city to stop by. I have to go speak to somebody. Somebody's plural about a great many things.
A horse and a dude.
Oz, why would I talk to a horse?
No.
Oz, no, please. I need to understand what you're talking about.
A horse and a dude? You need to go see a guy about a horse and a dude? A horsey dude, maybe?
You gotta donate bits to get that.
Really?
That put in it. Stinkbutt McFarts or whatever was. They paid the price, and Stinkbutt McFarts was manifested. Yeah, now, all those 10 golds you've been giving yourself.
Yes.
The price, the time to pay the piper. You can't make horsey dude happen.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
No, not come on.
All
Just
the
gotta
weight
save
of
up.
that gold in your coin purse just weighs
Don't like
heavy
that
on you
sentence.
now, doesn't it?
I don't think I have any gold left. To be honest.
Well, mostly it's because you give it to yourself and then don't write it down.
No, I do write it down. I actually do, but I gave it all away. I did give it away.
Okay, so
I
then
never use it.
I guess, Tabitha looks, she says, then what is the plan?
We have to leverage every resource we have in this city and get started on making a plan. We can't do it until we know what resources we have.
We need to get in touch with somebody. Hopefully they're still alive.
3, 2, 1, scatter.
She kind of turns to Brahm as the only one who hasn't like spoken up. She says, Brahm.
I'm just gonna go with the flow at this point.
Hey, if we don't know what we're doing, neither can their fancy future telling guys.
We hope.
Fancy future.
Chaos theory. Let's go.
Oh shit, are we doing string theory in here?
String cheese, maybe. Alright.
And Amara goes, then instead of sitting in my sitting room, you should leave here and go do things.
So, I gotta go to Sears. Walter's just gonna get up and just like walk towards the door.
I am going to go see if I can find someone who can cast sending.
Before like Walter like hits the doorknob, he's gonna turn around. It's like, Zintris, if you want to come with, somebody's gotta keep an eye on you.
I figured this would be a lot of babysitting for a while. Does Aylar say the thing about sending out loud?
Yes.
She just coughs. Was that a usefulness for me? Oh no, couldn't be.
Alright. I need to get in touch with someone by the name of Raximus Thorn.
Aylar's on babysitting duty, and Walter like leaves the building.
As you leave, you just see a hand appear just in front of you. It gives you the finger, and then fades out.
Yours is invisible, fool.
No, I can make it invisible.
Oh, that's right.
Douche.
I question on the use of sending though.
Mhm.
Don't I have to be familiar with them? Or is just the name enough?
I believe the more familiar you are, the better the
The
chances.
better it works.
Does an object work at sending as well?
Which you are familiar.
Message.
No?
Let's see.
You are not.
I get so confused.
The
with
way the sending is written, you are not familiar with Raxus Thorn.
Is
So you
this,
would not
is
be
this
able to
something
send a
that
sending
like
to him.
if I have the name and know what he looks like or something, could we roll for it? See if it works.
Creature with you are familiar. Here's a message.
I don't know if anyone can tell me what he looks like or show me, but
I mean, Aylar can
Well-
definitely tell you what he looks like.
Draw a picture. I draw a crude picture.
You don't know.
I
who
mean,
he is
otherwise it would
Oh,
be
no.
leveraging the
you seen
information
Corey?
from leveraging assistance from the Ordinum and getting a scroll of it to cast it himself.
either. I'm reading.
Good thing I didn't roll for that. Good thing I didn't roll for that because that was a 20. I wasted it. Damn.
I think rules as written, if you know a spell, you can create a spell scroll with the cost of like a certain cost of materials and etc. etc. So depending on how Matt wants to play it, like Zintris could, for gold cost or at the cost of them, could realistically like make a scroll of sending.
Theoretically,
Like
yeah.
it's an in-game mechanic that we just don't use.
I think the way I'm going to play this is that like Zintris, you are not going to be able to send a sending to this person because you do not know who they are. Like Aylar, you would have to be the one to work the magic. So that means like getting access to a spell scroll. Whether you guys want to pursue like working as interest through crafting one, or whether you want to just like try and acquire one in this big ass magic city.
That's
I'll leave that up to you guys.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Not that at this point, Aylar
it's fine.
is much more inclined to trust interest. It's just right now,
they have
It
prepaid
doesn't work.
sending cards at Sears.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I will probably end up following you, if not heading deeper into Ladria's Keep to go. Who would I see about a scroll of sending?
Who'd you say you were asking this to? Just like somebody.
I I might. Yeah. That would be the first question. You know, within our charter of, you know, the Ordrum's resources are available to us.
Yeah, they would send you either to Kestra Hall to talk to the Relic Hunters quartermaster, or to the workshop to see
All right.
Volodov.
Then probably the hall then.
Okay, Relic Hunters Hall. Easy enough for you to go and procure. Like, they can get that for you. That is logically something that, like, the Relic Hunters probably would make fairly regular use of, like the ability to, like, quick send messages back and forth for over, like, great distances. So that's probably something that, like, when you go to Kestra Hall, like, you're like, I need a sending scroll. She's like, Molyneux is like, there's one, like, literally directly under the, like, the counter. She's like, here you are.
And he'll run to a corner and 25 words. 25 words. You can do this. I need to grab a pen, and of course there's one just every so.
As he's composing that, what's other folks doing?
I'm heading to Sears first. That was my original plan.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to join and wants to do a little shopping for magical nonsense, feel free. Otherwise, I'm okay with hand waving my stuff. It's unless you want to narratively go over.
What are you trying to get?
Trying to convince her to help me make this spell I found.
We can play that out. Osrius, Brahm, and Zintris, what are you guys up to?
Can I just hang out? I mean,
You can, yeah. You
I mean, really, I don't have much to do.
That's fine.
I had to go to the music store, but I don't remember for what.
The wand of conducting.
You wanted to get a wand of
That's what it
conduction.
was. That's what it was.
It's actually just a copper pipe.
If Alar didn't tell me to stay seated in the room, I probably would have followed Alar, because Walter said Alar's on babysitting duty, and she would have been like, sure, why not? And just followed him, because no one's really, like, Alar was interrogating her, but he's also the only one who really talked to her, so it's just like, alright, I'm just gonna go with the person who talked to me.
Okay.
She just doesn't know. She just feels weird in this wizard's place. She doesn't know anybody. She's just, screw it. Fine, follow the other elf. Let's go.
Walter and Brahm, go ahead and roll a d20 for me, respectively.
Oh, right. Let's see if I can force Matt to give away some more nonsense.
That's true.
18.
18. Okay.
15. I said that.
15. Oh, 15. Sorry, I didn't hear it. Okay. The pair of you head off then. So, Zintris, you are, like, with Alar. Osrius, are you just hanging out in, like, the Arcane Eyes, like, apartments, or are you going with somebody?
Yeah, I'm just hanging out, actually.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
So then, Walter, you rolled the 18, right? And Burm rolled the 15.
Nope.
So, Walter, you head down. You head over to Sears. You head into the Emporium. It looks very much the same as it did before. As you come in, the, like, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, the bells tinkle on the door. You hear from the back just, hang on a minute, I'll be there in a second. Feel free to browse around.
I'm gonna take a look around, and I want to see if those acorns, magic seeds, are still there.
Mm-hmm, they are.
How much were they? Also, do we have gold? We were given an amount of gold. I don't remember if we ever divided up or somebody just has it. I think Brahm has it.
Pulling up Sears.
I think Brahm froze. Or he's outstandingly good at staying still.
He does appear to be maybe
Are
frozen.
you there, Russell?
Braum's
Yeah.
frozen. Okay. Proceeding on then. You guys have an amount of gold. I do not track your guys' gold and stuff for you, so if you don't have it, I don't have it. there are I can run through the list of things at Rattlesnaps again for you. There is a neat rock, which specifically come with the instructions that only one per customer is allowed to be bought, and they cannot be kept together.
Sure.
Loose buttons, loose coins of unknown denomination. The barrel of acorns, those are 5 gold pieces an acorn. And you guys do know at this point that they sprout like a completely randomized plant, which can range from like a single pansy to, as Osirius has experienced, a 100-foot tall ash tree, which now exists in the backyard of your house. Back in.
Yep. I have some feedback. I have a review to submit.
Oh, okay. The messenger sparrow summoning whistle you guys already purchased. Somebody has purchased the make it cold cup that was there since you guys have been here last. There are still minor illusion brooches. The self-playing chessboard is there. Some things that were not there before that are here now. She's added some higher ticket items. There is a rack of, there goes Brom. There is a rack containing several cloaks of sorted cloaks of useful items. She has 4 of them left. They are for 100 gold pieces apiece. She has an ever-smoking bottle for 800 gold pieces. She still has assorted glamour weave garments. She has the Broomba. She has the self-heating iron, the slap chop, the clothesline, self-cleaning pots and pans, and she has Prestidigidust, which is a new addition that I do not believe was there. May have been, but is a pouch of dust containing 1d4 uses of the Prestidigitation spell, and then those little animated trinket pet things and flameless lamps.
Cool. Does anybody remember how much gold we got as the reward for stuff? I feel like we just let somebody have it. The reason I'm asking is because I have listed 2 gold. That is not accurate.
Aylar's got 240.
Did we get 200 each for that reward? Does that sound correct?
Probably.
It's a lot of gold, but I don't remember if it was 200 or 200. I think it was 50 each or something. I don't remember. Nuts. And amount. Well, I know how I'm gonna play it, so I don't remember how much I have. So the robe of useful items was 100 gold.
100 gold.
You said?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take the hobo pouch jacket.
Okay. So you come in and she says, "Oh, Walter, welcome back."
Hey, do you take customer reviews for your products?
She says, "That greatly depends on the nature of those reviews."
Well, I'll give it 5 stars in height and 0 stars in practicality, but I currently have a 100-foot tall ash tree in my backyard, courtesy of my good buddy that purchased an acorn off you. I am glad he did not eat it, but it's a feature of the town now, so thank you.
She says, "Well, I was expressly clear about the nature of those seeds when I sold them to you, and you probably should have stopped your friend from planting one in your backyard."
I am not physically capable of stopping an 8-foot Goliath from doing literally anything, so... But I do have a bit of shopping to do, and I'm gonna hold up the cloak of useful items. Unfortunately, our reward money is currently back with the rest of my party.
She says, "I have it on good authority that you're good for it."
Fair.
So,
in that case, on a related note, I found something that I've heard, might be interested in. And I was wondering if you would help me develop it further, perhaps. I was in a a city, and we stumbled upon some ancient Indwarian, I think, drilling and tunneling equipment. And by that I mean a spell was going haywire and utterly destroying everything in its path. And yeah, but I was able to snag some of the spell circles that were used to activate and deactivate it. I was hoping that I could find a way to make that a bit more controllable and useful and maybe smaller scale.
Okay, you're looking in spellcrafting, which I can certainly help you with. What have you got? Let me see. Let me take a look at it.
So I will hand her all the information
Okay.
that I
So you
have.
hand what you were able to copy down. She immediately looks at it and goes like, "This is not Invarian at all. This is Dwarvish."
Sorry, everything looks the same a lot, but Dwarvish under Mithlande?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. This is Dwarvish runework.
Huh.
Huh.
Can you make sense of it?
Yeah, I mean, the formulae are straightforward enough. At a certain point, the fundamental laws of magic are the fundamental laws of magic, and you can't mess with them too much. From what you've copied down here, this seems like a spell that...
There were two halves, one to spin and one to extend. And it
She
seemed like
says
bored.
it's all kinetic manipulation is what all the formula is at the base here. There's some I mean, it's Dwarvish, so that's not a surprise. It's stone and earth based, but the fundamental principles behind it all have to do with harnessing and redirecting of kinetic energies. What was this used for? What was the function of this spell?
It seemed to be clearing out a room, but I'm suddenly not so sure.
Okay, clearing out a room how? Like
I mean,
like
we
a
used
big
it,
shovel? Or like a big drill?
like a big drill. We used it to go through a door that we probably shouldn't have gone through. It's very secure.
Yes.
Now it's not.
She nods. She says, okay. Well, let's see the room work here. I can see where that draws its power from, and you could certainly transit this on a smaller scale, though. Was there some sort of a power source that you saw hooked up to this spell system that was
Yes,
running this?
when you impacted or used force magic on these runes, it seemed to cause one or the other of each function to activate. So if I hit it with my shovel really, really hard, and my friend on the other side of the room hit it with his sword or fist or whatever he had hit it with, it did seem to activate each. I'm not sure if it's proportional or not. We didn't really figure that part out.
She kind of looks over the formula and she says, okay, I think I'm getting the picture of what this does and how it works. The main problem we're going to run into, I imagine the application of this that you encountered was pretty big.
Yes.
Wasn't like dude sized, it was like room sized, yeah?
Correct.
Because the trouble we're going to have is scaling it down. Fundamentally, this is a redirection and amplification of kinetic force channeled through a specific media, which in this case, the specific runology used here has to do with mineral matter or stone. The problem being that in scaling it down, you're going to have trouble getting the energy transference to work properly. You're going to have trouble getting it to do what you want and not either expand out over a large enough area that is useless for actually affecting anything or reverberating back and exploding whatever the input mechanism is, in this case your shovel or your hand or whatever your spellcasting is. That's not to say I don't think it can be done, but it's going to take some work.
Is there anything I can possibly find or look out for? I have seen in the last ancient Invarian ruin we were in, there were these stones that seemed to contain some form of magic. But as like keyways or things like that, maybe not the same for dwarven magic, but
You
like
don't
said,
happen to
magic
have
is
one, do
magic.
you?
Out of character, I never wrote it down as adding it to my inventory, but I'm pretty sure I kept one.
I'm fairly certain your party has one.
Somebody has one.
Somebody.
I just don't remember who. I'm pretty sure we picked it up to like hold it. It was like a crystal with like a little
Right,
flame on the side.
she says spell crystals are not an uncommon find in Invardian ruins. I'm familiar with the concept. They are particularly useful for exactly this type of application. They are capable of storing and acting as a conduit for amounts of magical energy that would normally be unmanageable by other means. So if you have access to one of these, I think we can modify this spell to make it portable and usable on the fly.
I will go look for it. I don't have sending, so I can't cast sending to anybody in the group, so that I can make them put it into the grab bag of shared party loot.
You have a familiar.
I do have a familiar. Well, I'll return to that. May I purchase this row of useful things and come back, perhaps?
She says, sure. I am going to, she like makes a little like receipt on like carbon paper. She takes one copy and gives you one copy. She goes, that is, we'll have both of that as record that you'll put that on account, and you'll have to pay me back when you can get the money, or have the money sent over for this item. But
I will absolutely.
it's yours.
Do that. Re the spell. Would you like or need compensation for that, or do you want to call it?
She kind of looks at it and
Do you want the exclusive distribution rights to the spell?
She goes, let's wait until we figure out how to modify it. After that, simply the access to these and the formulae that I might be able to implement into other applications is, I'm more than happy enough to call that payment for the labor of helping you to craft this spell.
Sounds good. I will try to find more of these runestones then, as a payment, and perhaps for future development.
No problem.
Right. So I'm gonna sprint back to where the rest of the group is, and see if I could like fish around the thing, and then kind of run back. I'll just hand wave that part.
Okay.
Try to just run back, try to find it.
That all is fine. I think what we'll do here then, as we have lost the player for the other thing that we needed to do, and the next bit here, I also don't want to do without the person that we've lost without Brahm present. I think we will use that as a stopping point for the night.
Yeah.
Sure. But basically, we got a lot of what we needed out of our session here. You guys have some housekeeping business to take care of still in Terra Libra, things like that. But you have kind of picked up Zintris to your group. You have gotten some information out of her. Most importantly, you guys now know the names of all 5 of the Brotherhood of Artanis' generals. which was something that...
Well, 4 current, 1 former.
4 current, 1 former.
Unless they
but
call
that was something that had been evading you, but you guys now know that the 5 generals of the Brotherhood of Artanis are Pendragon, Lohengrin, Oberon, Ygraine, and Palamedes. What their ultimate goal is still unclear, but you have your first real solid lead on where you can really find the answers to these questions and potentially get out ahead of the Brotherhood's plans. Unfortunately, that may involve breaking into the Ignean Empire's impenetrable supermax prison, the Estelgath.
It's real easy to get into prison. It's just hard to get back out.
This is very hard to get back out. Alar has a lead on how to get over the border into the Empire, and Namara Utumbe has suggested that in terms of getting to and into the Estelgath, you rely on the Ordinum Libri's resources. Walter is working on crafting a spell, and Brahm is in the process of going and picking up a certain magical item from a local shop. So with that, let's give everybody, we'll do a little vamp session again here. One more quick reminder. Delve, D-E-L-V-E, in chat will enter you into our giveaway for tonight's drawing. We have already given away our dice set. We have given away our handmade dice bags. The last thing we have to give away is the proficiency bonus 5-year anniversary t-shirt in the size of your choice, from small to extra large, as you may require. So if you have not done... What's that?
It also seems like Oz has been given an extra 20 gold through various donations.
Oz keeps getting gold. We don't know what's happening there. It is what it is.
How much gold? I'm not even on Twitch. I'm sorry.
20 total.
You've been getting quite a bit
total?
of gold.
Two 5s and a 10 that I saw.
Woo! Whoever did. I'm sorry I'm not looking at Twitch chat, but I love you.
Thank you, Dogs for Life, Sarah
Dogs
B,
for Life?
and proficiency bonus themselves.
Hey! Woo!
My own
We're
channel
all
is
terrible
turning
influence.
against me getting my players gold.
Shut up! Let me live!
That is kind of our show for tonight. Delve in the chat if you want to get in if you're not already. One last quick reminder, we're still sitting at $700 in our donation chat. I did say if we get to that 1,000 before we end stream, which is rapidly approaching, we will do one final giveaway for this Nightmare Furby Pizza baby doll that I have.
I don't think anybody wants it.
It's not a matter of whether people want it or not. It's a matter of whether people getting it or not. Are you putting on the right? Oh god, it's so much worse over here.
Oh, that is terrifying and disturbing.
Why would you make that?
Why
That
would you?
way. Put that back where you found it, or so help me.
For only $300 more, I could be yours.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
could
not looking.
live in your house, and I could watch you while you sleep.
I do like that.
Matt, everyone's gonna take back their donations. Stop.
No.
I already have your money. You can get it back.
Somebody yelled stop that at you.
Children, and there's nothing you can do. How delectable! Oh, it makes
No.
me want to just.
Absolutely not.
Let me get one of these. Let me get one of these bad boys on stream. I know all the lads. I know all the lads and lasses out there on the internet are really into this sort of
Wow,
thing.
I've never seen us drop from so many viewers to so little.
Oh, if ever
fascinating.
there was a time to pull the emergency.
Are we at negative
cancel
viewers?
plug. Actually, I just got an email. DM Matt just got an email from Twitch that says that the people at Twitch.com have contacted the police and they're on their way.
It's been nice knowing you, man. We'll visit just so we can get an idea of how the campaign ends.
Yeah.
We need answers.
You get your one video call a month to run D&D.
This is significantly like the effect of this is reduced from the fact that like because Russell's not here, you can like 100% just see me on the other monitor as I do this stupid Furby thing. Anyway, I want to make it look cuter as a. I am upsetting. I'm upsetting the viewership. But there's nothing you can do about it. I'm here to stay. Listen, that's right. I'm holding you hostage. The only way you can make this stop is to give $300 to the children of the extra live stream. This is it forever now. Unless you donate that money and make the DM mail me away to someone far away where I can't hurt you anymore. Your only hope is to give money to Children's Hospital. Anyway, this is terrible. I vamped for as long as can possibly be done. We've committed crimes for which I truly believe you're going down with me.
Oh, hell no.
Someday we will be judged for these accordingly. But let's do that final drawing.
5 minutes ago.
Let's do that final drawing of the night to see who is going to be the recipient of our lovely 5-year anniversary proficiency bonus t-shirt. That's not an exclamation point. That's the number 1.
You can do it, buddy. I believe you.
Alrighty. Here it is. The final giveaway. The winner of the proficiency bonus 5-year anniversary t-shirt is Too Lazy to Play Myself. Hey! Another familiar face in stream with us. Too Lazy to Play Myself, who is often with us in chat. Congratulations on the victory in our giveaway. Let me just have a quick reminder. Give a DM to proficiency bonus to get them to get your information, get your shirt size, all that stuff to get that to you. I see you in chat there. I believe we had Dogs for Life. I believe we had pee pee poo poo whatever 69 sticky butt farts or whatever it was.
Sticky butt.
Say his name right.
I truly have forgotten at this point.
Sticky McButt farts 69.
Maybe, I don't know. This everything
Stinky
that was in
butt
my head
fart.
is now gone, has been absorbed into the stinky butt farts. So I think we have everybody. Everybody has like said that they were here or whatever else. So I don't know if proficiency bonus is still in chat. If they want to give me like a quick confirmation that we've got everybody we need and the information like that for for these, so that I know if I need to do like one more drawing or not. Once I get that, we'll know that we're good to go. And unfortunately, we did not reach our $1,000 goal.
Damn it!
To give away the nightmare Furby live.
No,
on
it
stream
remains yours forever.
tonight. I am cursed with it for at least a little longer. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hang on. We're up to $800.
God, no.
Did somebody just give $200? No, that can't be right.
Do you know how math works? It went from 700 to 800.
Yeah, but it says 800. It says $200 on somebody's donation thing. Okay. Well, hey, we're up to $800. Thus, whoever that was, thank you. And to everybody who donated tonight, thank you. We went from like $300 to $800. We like more than doubled what we had donated. We're getting very close to our goal here. Take it easy, Delcor. I don't need that kind of truth in my life. He's out of line, but he's right. Truly, this is the fate that I deserve. Well, hey, all right. So, hey, a last minute $100 in there at the end to bring us up to $800.
That's great.
Unless anybody wants to throw $200 down to the children's
now?
hospital. That's yeah.
busking?
I mean, I don't know what you've been here for, but I've been busking for a while. I did like 5 minutes of Pizza Furby bit to try and scrounge up money for these friggin' kids over here. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Nothing. Doing nothing.
Up.
I spent hours being interrogated by everybody in my party. I've done my part tonight.
Where's your eldritch horror? Nowhere.
Oh wait, hold on.
If anybody has noticed, Bold and Brash, I guess I could
do
give that
appreciate-
away.
I do appreciate. You don't give away Bullet and Brash.
I mean, it's there.
It's there.
The only
There's
thing
a lot
we're
of
giving
things
away.
there.
The only thing we're giving away is this. Well, hey, that is all well good. To step outside the bit. $800 is fucking awesome. That's amazing.
It's amazing that it even went up that
$500.
That for this stream is amazing.
Hang on, a crime worse than the Furby is being committed as we speak.
What?
So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for everybody who joined us tonight. Congratulations to the winners of our prizes. Thank you to everybody who donated to Extra Life.
Thank you.
I continue every single year. I continue to be blown away. I go through the year and I go, nobody watches our stream. Nobody it's whatever. Who cares? And then I am reminded once a year that there are truly awesome people who come and join us for these D&D sessions that we play, and I appreciate that immensely. So thank you for everybody who joined us. Thank you guys as my players, as always, and do not dare miss the remainder of our birthday week shows that we have going on the rest of this week. More than just us. If you have time to check them out to help support them, help spread the word, help boost the signal on that Extra Life, I would absolutely appreciate it. There are giveaways to be done all throughout those other shows, more than just what we had here. So be sure to check them out. And God, I keep looking at Jason in my side monitor here, and it's
You know better.
it's just
Jason actually growing facial hair.
I will perhaps I will have some conversations with DM Michael, and maybe this will not be the last time that Pizza Furby returns before.
I really hope not.
We'll see how it goes. If you behave, maybe you can get a little extra Pizza Furby as a treat. Thank you for joining us. We love you. We will see you next Tuesday for the pirates, the crew of the Grimm's Folly. And until then, don't look under your bed, or you might find Pizza Furby. I don't know. Good night, everybody. Bye.